dancing, it might just be because of how they handled DeJuan Blair. The coach summed it up this way: I don't see any way to be able to stop him. Okay, how's the confidence level right about now? Blair has been mostly unstoppable this season, averaging 16.5 and 13.3 boards in Pitt's wins this season. Noticeable difference in the Panthers' losses. As you can see, usually works out that way. Blair down low, and Jonathan Colley steps up and takes the charge. That's one way of stopping him. Offensive, and Jeff McDermott's not intimidated. Drives the lane. Blair's got two choices, right? Let him go or foul him. Friars took a 44-26 lead in the half. Blair in the post, double team comes over, forced the turnover. Sherrod Curry finished the lay-in. Providence pushing the lead to 20. They're unranked, and Pittsburgh's ranked #1. Sam Young missed the jumper. Blair called for over-the-back foul on Jeff Xavier. He can't believe the call. I'm not sure I believe the call. Third foul on Blair, so you know what's coming. Of course, they're going to go right at him. Randall Hankey does just that. Hits the shot. Fourth on Blair. Take a seat, son. Friars don't let up. Foot still on the pedal, and ball in the hoop. Xavier, the three. Providence up 61-44. They can smell it. Blair's back in the game. Won't let the Panthers go quietly. Panthers trail by 12. Less than a minute to go. Ashton Gibbs, three, no. Blair, weak side rebound and put back. 5-point game. After two free throws, Pitt's got the ball. Blair steps out. Hard screen on Xavier. Call for the foul. Fifth on Blair. He's gone. Blair said it was just terrible. We didn't play as us. Blair was fouled out in two of Pitt's three losses. As for the satisfying senior night for Keno Davis.
Boeheim and Syracuse at the Garden for St. John's. An orange win would clinch Boeheim's 31st 20-win season.
Whoa,
that's a great look.
Yeah.
31 20-win seasons. That would be a Division I record, breaking the tie he came into the game with Dean Smith. So it's something to play for here, certainly first half. Andy Rotten's the block. Eric Devendorf up to Johnny Flynn. Salute. Flynn's 21. Orange up 14. Johnny Flynn is fun to watch. Overturns Quincy Roberts right here. Syracuse shot a season-high 65. They shot 65%. They're up 19. Rob Thomas, the miss here, tries to save it. This is how the night went for St. John's. Watch out for the cheerleader. Ow. Brittany took one on the head there. Orange now 20-8. They had lost 7 of 10, so Boeheim gets another 20-win season.
Come on, is that a real name? Did you make that up?
I just don't believe it.
The automatic cheerleader name, call her Brittany.
It seemed to fit.
Call him Marcus Thornton, 18th ranked LSU hosting Florida. Tigers flying under the radar. With a win Tuesday, they clinch at least a share of the SEC regular season title. They have also won 11 straight games in conference play. Thornton, the deep three from the wing. LSU up 8. Up 3 now. It's Thornton again. He had a game-high 32. LSU up 6. Second half, LSU up 2. Bo Spencer, the kick out to Garrett Temple, had a career-high 21. And kids of all ages enjoying the action. Here's Thornton driving, dishing to Tasman Mitchell. LSU goes on to win. Again, they clinch at least a share of the SEC regular season title.
How about this finish? Texas A&M and Nebraska, 16 seconds left. Aggies down 1. Donald Sloan can finish. Ade Dunguerdo throws it down court. Steve Harley, you got to get down there and save it. I don't know. You be the judge. Tries to save the ball. Very close. 2.6 seconds left for A&M, and here's your buzzer beater.
Carter rises and fires. Oh! A buzzer beater for A&M.
Josh Carter. Aggies scored 10 of the game's final 11 points. They win 57-55. Many of the NCAA teams our bracketologist Joe Lunardi has right on his bubble were playing Tuesday night, including Boston College hosting the Seminoles.
There's a steal by Sanders, and he's going to go in for the shot. Holy moly, what a play.
Holy moly. Sanders had 16. BC looking for its 20th win. They had lost 3 of 4 following a 5-game winning streak. They really had to have it. Tony Douglas had 19. Tyrese Rice steps up. All of his 11 coming in the second half. 15 seconds to go. Joe Trafadio had 19. Blocks the shot here, and BC gets one they absolutely had to have. Eagles knock off another ACC contender. They get to 20-9 on the year. Out on national television. San Diego State coming off a 26-point loss at New Mexico Saturday. Steve Fisher's Aztecs, a season-low 49. With only 18 wins, they needed this one against BYU. Jimmer Fredette, the steal, 20 of his career-high 28 in the second half. How about Jimmer Fredette? Open for Hurt. 4-point Cougar lead. Uh-oh, this is supposed to go the other way here. Jackson Emery, shot clock expires. BYU closed the game with a 20-4 run, so the Aztecs have now lost 3 of 4. They dropped to 4th in the Mountain West.
Ohio State, how about the Nittanies? 8-6 in Big Ten play coming in. A huge turnaround. If they win this game, that's their 20th on the season. Taylor Battle. Nobody has a conscience in this game tonight.
Well, they have 2 guards who have the 6 & Under Best Guard of the Year awards. Taylor Battle and Stanley Pringle, 2 guys who can get in and out and score at will.
All over the country, people shooting threes from anywhere they want. But look at Ohio State start to pull away here from a pesky bunch of Lions. B.J. Mullins. Oh, look at him gather the loose ball. 3 Nittany Lions right there, but the big man goes and gets it. Ohio State up 6 there. And then,
this is my favorite play. This is the one I love. We should show all the time. Look at the effort by the assistant coach. Get out there and give him a little tap on the butt. Good play. Oh, man down. Did somebody have a pellet gun in the stadium? What happened?
Allen Major. Meanwhile, the player's like, what was that wind that just hit me?
Calhoun in search of career win number 800. Second-ranked UConn at number 10 Marquette. And here's Golden Eagles senior guard Dominic James. Appears to injure his foot. You can see he's clearly hurting. Turned out it's a broken bone in his left foot, meaning his season and college career are over. More than 1,700 career points. Second half, A.J. Price on Jarrell McNeil. One more look at the crossover, and McNeil, just not a whole lot he can do. The Huskies bench up. They love it. But McNeil would be heard from. He usually is. 2 of his 26, and the Golden Eagles at home here are within 1. Jimmy Butler. Stanley Robinson and Nasheem Thabit, they've both got an eye on him, but you know what? Somehow he goes in uncontested. Hey, that's fundamentally
blown coverage.
Yeah, 67 apiece. And now he leaves at Stanley Robinson time, and you know what that means. A lot of Stanley Robinson. Huskies up 1. Kemba Walker, no. Robinson, oh yeah. UConn up 7. Robinson, 19 points and 10 rebounds. Double foul on the next possession. Final minute and a half. Price, he had a career-high 36. Huskies get to 26-2. Jim Calhoun, his 800th career win. It all started back home in Boston. The moment, but thanks for pointing that out.
Sure. Duke's last meeting with Maryland, Blue Devils won by 41. Grievous Vasquez in that game was held to 4 points. Vasquez, no look pass to Cliff Tucker. They're smelling upset. That was one of 5 Vasquez assists, tied at 34 at the break. On to the second half. This was a physical game, and there's a good example. How about David Neal setting the hard screen on Nolan Smith? Down at the other end, Neal doesn't feel all that bad about it. He hits the 3. I mean, Smith never saw it coming. Could use a head on a swivel there. Smith left the game, did not return. Contact sport. Gerald Henderson driving the lane. He was one of 4 Blue Devils in double figures. Duke was up 45-42. Tied at 60, more out of Henderson. The 3, he had 19. Duke was up 3. Moments later, Henderson drives and kicks to Kyle Singler. Singler at 13. Maryland down 6, 3.5 left. Vasquez, their leader, trying to get him back in the game. Going to get called for the charge. He would foul out for the 7th time in his career. Duke snaps their 3-game ACC road.
Virginia Tech's NCAA chances fading fast. Hokies with 3 straight losses coming into Wednesday night's visit to Terrence Oglesby in 13th-ranked Clemson. Oglesby, 22 points, including 6 threes. That tied it at 68. How about Malcolm Delaney? 17 of his 26 when they needed it most, second half. But the Hokies' lead would be trimmed to 3. Final 30 seconds. Delaney, no. Jeff Allen, no. K.C. Rivers to Trevor Booker. 21 and 13 for Booker, and Clemson suddenly back within 1. Down 3. Oglesby, got to have something here. They just can't, you can't get a decent shot off. Hokies survive to get to 17 and 10. Delaney says about Va-Tech's NCAA chances, if we win a couple of more games, I don't see how they can keep us out. They upset Clemson 80-77. 24th-ranked Texas could use a win against Texas Tech. Kevin Durant's number getting retired. Not bad for a guy who played there 1 year.
Even though I live in Oklahoma, a man full of Sooners, I let them know every time I step out the house, I'm a Longhorn for life. So.
All right, his 35's up there. Texas could use this. I mean, 19-8, 7-5, the Big 12 coming in. A.J. Abrams, little step back. He had 24. They're up 3. Damian James, 20 points and 11 boards. His 4th straight double-double. Really playing well down the stretch. Here's Justin Mason. Texas gets the win, 87-81. So the Longhorns now 19-8. They've won 4 of 5 after losing 3 in a row.
Dayton's out of the top 25, and they're out of regulation time as well against Rhode Island. Pick it up in the overtime. Under 20 seconds left in the OT. Dayton trails by 3. Marcus Johnson for the tie. Got it. Tied at 91. Johnson at 21. Under 10 ticks left. Rhode Island's got the ball.
Marquise Jones up top. Jones trying to take Hillsman off the dribble. Scores it at the buzzer. Marquise Jones with a basket at the buzzer. Rhode Island wins it in overtime.
Pretty cool game-winning layup in OT for the Flyers. They suffered their 2nd consecutive loss.
Talk to Dave about that. Indiana hosting Northwestern. Hoosiers hadn't lost a home game to Northwestern since 1968. And the Wildcats had just about enough of that. Kevin Coble, Northwestern's up 10. 1:10 to go, and this is where Indiana's program is at. This is what Tom Crean is having to deal with. This is Michael Santa. He's the manager. He's got to, before the game, he's got to get everything ready, check the nets, the whole deal, and then once they start the game, he gets to play.
Pretty good deal.
I mean, that's rebuilding. There he is, number 1. Let's see if we can get him in the highlight here. He's got a shot, can't quite convert. Wildcats' first win on Indiana's home court since 1968. The Hoosiers dropped to 6-21. They are 1-14 in Big Ten play.
Let's move to the SEC now. Kentucky and South Carolina. Jody Meeks, he has been a monster this year, but the block party was on for South Carolina.
Well, Sam Muldrow is one of those athletic guys that Darren Horn inherited at South Carolina. And these are guys that can really make plays above the rim. He and Dominique Archie, only 6'7" and 6'8", but quick jumpers, and the quick jumpers had 16 blocks tonight against the Kentucky Wildcats.
Coach, look at this score. It's a 25-point game. Kentucky getting blown out.
Well, Darren Horn has made a smooth transition from Western Kentucky to South Carolina, an up-tempo style of play, and his team plays with an organized approach, but yet loose and confident.
Mike Davis and the UAB Blazers taking on 4th-ranked Memphis. Blazers 26-1 at home over the last 2 seasons. Let's flash back. February of 08, Memphis at UAB. Lawrence Kennard, the putback at the end of regulation, and seems to give the Blazers the win. Take another look. Ball clearly wasn't out of his hands. Memphis wins. Several players got in altercations with Blazer fans. Things were thrown in the tunnel of players. It was a nightmare. All right, reality. Memphis up 32-31. Tyreek Evans, the 6 jam on Robert Vaden. Just posterizes Vaden, does Evans. Vaden, a nightmarish game, 0 for 17 from the field. Oh, by the way, Daniil Mack from the corner for 3. Memphis up 8. Later, more of Memphis, winning 63-57. Robert Dozier shares to Antonio Anderson. Tigers finish the deal. Their 55th straight Conference USA win.
West Virginia at Cincinnati marked the return of Bob Huggins as an opposing coach for the first time. Spent 16 seasons at Cincy, 399 wins, 14 20-win seasons, 14 NCAA tournament appearances, and 1 Final Four appearance, and I think 1 tier right there. Yancey Gates gets the ball down low and just bullies Deshaun Butler. Cincy up 5. Huggins not happy about that D, screaming at Butler. Here's Bob Knight.
I think the key in the second half for Cincinnati is going to have Gates moving more if West Virginia stays in that zone.
And the man is right on. The man knows of what he speaks. Against that zone, Bearcats working the ball around, find Gates down low. Gates had 22 points, 11 rebounds. Deonta Vaughn, nice step in the lane, and the score off the glass, he had 13. 32 seconds ago, down to Alex Ruoff, misses the 3. Ball bounced in the backcourt. Mountaineers, they're going to get another chance. Here's Ruoff. Another quick 3 misses. He was 2 for 11, a coach.
The first shot that Ruoff took was fine. Remember I said he's going to have a chance to make a big bucket here. He was open, he went up, he missed it. But there was no sense taking that shot. They had another 15 seconds to go.
Well, Mountaineers still down 2, 10 seconds left. Devin Ebanks, the drive and dribble right out of bounds. Cincinnati spoils the Huggins homecoming.
Washington with a half-game lead over Arizona State. Under 2 minutes to go in the game. Washington down 3. Justin Dentman, 4-13 from the field. He drilled the 3 that would tie the score. Under a minute to go, same score, tied at 59. Dentman at it again. Tough shot. He had 16 points. Washington up 2. This is a Huskies team that was actually picked to finish 5th in the conference before the season began. ASU down 2, under 20 seconds to go. James Harden with a steal and dunks it home with 2 hands. Take another look. Stealing it from Dentman and the finish easily. That would tie the score. We go to overtime. Early in overtime, John Brockman, 8-12 from the field was Brockman, 21 points, 11 rebounds, a force in the paint. That put the Huskies up 2. Later in OT, down 2 are the Sun Devils. Dentman to the hole on Harden, and Harden is called for the foul. That's Harden's 5th. He'd have to watch the rest of the game from the bench. 10 seconds left. ASU down 5. Derek Glasser. The wild 3 off the glass. Sun Devils down 2, and then Dentman. This is the second of 2 free throws, giving Ty Abbott a shot at a 3/4 length shot. Whoa, no good though. Washington hangs on to win. They can clinch the Pac-10 with a win Saturday against Arizona.
Well, that game certainly of some interest to 19th-ranked UCLA, although the Bruins just 1-3 in their last 4 conference games. They should probably focus on Stanford. Stanford building the early lead. Josh Owens driving, and Anthony Goods is pulling up. Stanford led by as many as 14 in the first half. What's up with UCLA? But in the second half, they come from behind their senior Josh Shipp. Shipp there from Malcolm Lee. Shipp would make 4 3-pointers in the game. He was 9 of 12 overall shooting. 4 of 5 from three-land, had a game-high 24. UCLA up 2. Here's Darren Collison. Going to go all the way to the can, and the floater there. UCLA, they had 1 field goal in the final 4.5 minutes, and they still win the game. They had beaten Minnesota 20 straight times prior to their last meeting. That's not all Damian Johnson's fault. Johnson and the Gophers looking to make it 2 in a row over the 20th-ranked Illini. Johnson had 3 blocks, also had 18 points for the Gophers. Quite a game. On to the second half. Illinois up 1. Trent Meacham, the kick out to Mike Davis. He knocks it down. Davis at 14 points and 10 rebounds. Illinois still up 4. Watch the good ball movement here. And the Illini in the end, they're going to find an open Meacham for 3. That would seal the deal. Meacham had 13 in the game, and the Illini win 52-41. Number 16, Purdue at Michigan. And looking to stay in NCAA tournament contention. That's the Wolverines. Stu Douglas passing over his head to Zach Novak, who finishes to Harris. Look at the beautiful bounce pass over the head to Novak. Michigan goes into the half up 37-34. Novak, nice backdoor pass to Harris. Harris had 27 points and 8 rebounds. Michigan just pulling away. Deshaun Sims, big guy, can hit the 3. Sims had a career-high 29. Michigan does go on to win. Road games in their own state. Maybe they should move. Visiting Winston-Salem, 14th-ranked Wake Forest. James Johnson comes up big. Johnson there from Jeff Teague, and then Johnson going to drive hard into the hole through the traffic, and then Johnson tried the bank shot on for size. He went 6 of 7 shooting in the first half. As for the second half, Johnson, the alley-oop high percentage shot there. Finishes with a career-high 28 points, 18 rebounds. Wake defeats NC State. In Santa Clara, looking to surprise number 17 Gonzaga. They'd surprise them, but not in the way you want. Josh Heitfeld able to miss. That was a good play by him because he was able to get it back, score, and hit the free throw. Watch a soda bottle coming out from the crowd. Technical foul on the home team. Here's the home coach, Kerry Keating.
Show some respect to both teams. I cheer them on. Don't throw anything on the floor ever again.
Hey, like Sam Weish. Under 3 minutes to go. The Zags up 6. Heitfeld from 3. Got it. Put them up 9. Watch this. Another object thrown onto the court. Another technical foul on Santa Clara. Heitfeld had a career-high 29.
How about USC taking on Cal? Another Pac-10 showdown. We pick it up second half. Trojans down 63-61. Marcus Simmons there for the putback.
USC trying to scramble a little bit and stay in the pack among the Pac-10's best.
17 seconds left now. Simmons gets blocked underneath. Great defense by Cal. 5 seconds to go. Same score. Jerome Randall for the win, and we're going to overtime, our second Pac-10 overtime game.
Well, yeah, I just love the way Mike Montgomery has resurrected this Cal program, and this was a tough game for USC tonight. They really need this game.
Daniel Hack hit big shot. It's good. SC down 1. Ensuing possession. Inbounds pass to run out the clock. How about that? Patrick Christopher heads up play, Steven.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job and taking advantage of the defense falling asleep.
One final shot, no good, and Cal gets a big win on their home court.
Well, I'm thinking about that play. If Patrick Christopher doesn't hit that guy's back.
Becoming a popular choice of a team that could do something if they could get into the tournament. They haven't been good on the road at Washington State, and once again, Wildcats didn't show up.
No, D'Angelo Castro, an outstanding freshman from right up the road in Spokane.
And how about Taylor Rochester has been money for the Cougars as of late, and he was again on this three-pointer.
Yeah, he's had a big last couple weeks. This is a young team. They'll miss Rochester next year, but Tony Bennett's got some good young guys.
To the committee. Now, Siena, Niagara. Now, one of these teams will probably win their conference and get to the NCAAs, but will the other team have a chance? Niagara up by 17. Tyrone Lewis. It's 48-29. Our Siena boys, now they've played some good teams this year, Pittsburgh and Kansas and Tennessee. However, here, Austin Cooley with the dunk. And then Bilal Ben.
Bilal Ben.
Niagara gets the win. Ben with 21.